All right, students, so I'm back again, and this time we're going to be working on some harder problems. So again, here I have my original equation. So as you know, I'm going to go ahead and box it because this is important to know what my original equation. So I'm going to come down here, all right, and I'm going to decide. The first thing that I got to decide is I got to decide, all right, which which variable is easier for me to solve for. All right. So I look at both of these and I realize that I got x, 10x, and 4. All right. And I got 10y and 5y. So for me, I realize that it's easy for me to get rid of y because all I got to do is multiply 5 times 2 to get 10. Right. So I'm going to rewrite that. But what I'm going to do is I have 4x plus 5y is equals to -3. And I know that I'm gonna have to change this equation up a little bit. All right. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna multiply this equation, right? I'm gonna multiply this equation here by -2. All right. I'm gonna multiply by -2. So here, I'm gonna distribute my negative to each of these terms here, right? To all three. So when I do that, all right, when I do that, it is gonna give me, what is it gonna give me? It's gonna give me, we have -8x, all right, minus 10y is equals to 6, +6, all right? So this now becomes my new second equation. So then I'm gonna rewrite my first equation back there, all right? So if I rewrite my first equation back here, it's gonna give me, what do I get? 10x plus 10y is equals to 10, all right? And then, as you know, my step 2, right, is what am I gonna do? My step 3 is I'm gonna add here and solve for one variable. So when I add here, I get -8 plus 10 is gonna give me 2x, +2x, and I know that the 10y and +10y cancels, all right? So it's equals to, what do I get here? 6 plus 10 is 16. So in order for me to get x, I'm gonna have to do the opposite of what they did, all right? So if they multiplied x by 2, in order for me to get to x, I'm gonna have to divide x by 2. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do it to the next, right? So here, by 2, sorry, divide x by 2, all right? So here x, these cancel, x is equals to 8. Boom, I got the value of x. X is equals to 8, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to my original equation and I'm gonna write 1 here. So let's say we take 4x plus 5y is equals to -3, that's my original equation. And wherever I see x, I'm gonna replace it with, 8. So I have 4 times 8 plus 5y is equals to -3. 8 fours, 32 plus 5y is equals to -3. How do I solve for y? I need to get rid of the +32. So the opposite of +32 is I'm going to subtract 32 on both sides. All right, I'm going to subtract 32 on both sides. So here, when I do that, these cancel. 5y is equals to -35. How do I get y? What's the opposite of what they did? The opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide by 5 on both sides. So y is equals to -7. So my solution in terms of x and y, right? We know it's going to be what? X is 8 and y is -7. But again, I still have to check. Still have to check my answer, so I'm gonna choose one. So let's say I choose 10x plus 10y is equals to 10. So it's gonna be 10 times 8 plus 10 times -7 is equals to 10. We have 80 minus 70 is equals to 10. 10 is equals to 10. Boom. So that's how we know that that's correct. All right, so let's go ahead and look at a second problem. All right, and this is probably going to be the most difficult one that you will encounter here. All right, so my original equation here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to box it again. So box my original equation here. So now I got to figure out, all right, first thing I got to ask myself, which equation is easier for me to solve? All right, which equation is easier for me to solve? Sorry about that. Excuse me. So here, I realize that they're both are difficult. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to rewrite both equations. So I have negative 3x minus 8y is equals to minus 20. And I have negative 4x plus 6y is equals to minus 10. All right, so I'm going to have to make a change to both equations. Right, both equations here, I'm going to have to make a change to. So I look at the first equation and I look at my second equation and I decide, you know what? Let me go ahead and I'm going to eliminate the x values. All right, I'm going to eliminate the x values here. So if I'm eliminating the x values, I'm going to have one positive and one negative. So I'm going to multiply this by 4. All right, I'm going to multiply this equation by 4, and I'm going to multiply this equation by negative 3. All right, so remember, whenever you're doing that, you got to distribute the 4 to each. All right, got to distribute the 4 to each, and you got to distribute the 3 to each. All right, so here, what do I do here? What's 4 times 3x? This is equals to 4 times 3x is negative 12x. All right, minus 8 fours 32, y is equals to, we had negative 20 times 4, so it's going to give me negative 80. All right, and then here, negative times a negative is a positive, so we got positive 12x, and then we got minus 18y, 6 times 3 is 18, is equals to 3 times 10 is negative 30, positive 30. All right, so that's 30 because negative times a negative. So here, I'm going to add these two equations together. All right, when I add these two equations together, the negative 12x and the positive 12x cancel. So here, when I combine these two, I got negative 32y minus 18y is going to give me negative 50y. All right, this is going to give me negative 50y is equals to, when I add negative 80 and 30, it's going to give me negative 50. So from here, in order for me to get to y, I'm going to have to do the opposite. So I'm going to have to divide by negative 50. So they multiply, I'm going to do the opposite, which is division. All right, divide by negative 50. So y is equals to 1. Y is equals to positive 1. So now I can go back to my original equations. That's the one that's in the box here. All right, and I'm going to take one out. So I got negative 3x minus 8y is equals to minus 20. Wherever I see y, I'm going to put 1. It says minus 3x minus 8 times 1 is equals to negative 20. Negative, so negative 3x minus 8 is equals to negative 20. So now I need to solve for x. So the first opposite operation that I'm going to do here is I got to get rid of the negative 8. So in order for me to get rid of negative 8, I'm going to have to add 8 to both sides. When I add 8 to both sides, these cancel. Negative 3x is equals to negative 12. Now I got to get to x. How do I get to x? They have a negative 3x. So they multiplied x by negative 3. So I'm going to divide by negative 3 on both sides. When I do that, x is equals to positive 4. All right, x is equals to positive 4. So now my solution in terms of x and y, again, you see, keep seeing me write this. X and Y. So X is 4 and Y is positive 1. And this is my solution. But again, I'm going to do like I've been doing before, and I'm going to check my answer to verify that it's correct. All right. So I'm going to take one of the original equations. So I take negative 3x minus 8y is equals to negative 20. All right. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say negative 3, what's x, times 4 minus 8 times 1 is equals to negative 20. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Negative 8 times 1 is negative 8 minus 20. So we have negative 12 minus 8 is going to give me negative 20 is equals to negative 20. Boom. Check. It's correct. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to either of us. Come to office hours and we'll be more than happy to help you. All right. Thank you.